Hey grillers, Brad here from BB Grill Shack. Today I'm going to be testing a boiling water hack I found on the internet to see if it can up my chicken game. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so I was scrolling through Instagram and through social media like you do, and I came across this video of a guy pouring boiling water onto his chicken wings and said that it gave him crispier skin. I'm kind of skeptical of that, so I want to try it out. I mean, it could totally work. I've seen other evidence on the internet that it does work, but until I see it myself, I think I'm gonna be a skeptic. So I got some chicken wings, and today we're gonna be testing it out. I'm gonna boil up some water, pour it over half of these chicken wings. The other half of the chicken wings I'm gonna cook like normal. We're gonna smoke them on my Traeger, and then at the end we're gonna test them side by side to see if there's a difference in crispiness. The first thing I'm gonna do is take the chicken wings out, split them in half, and pour boiling water over one half of them. So these are just some Foster Farm brand party wings. I got them at the local grocery store, and I'm just spreading them out on this rack so that I can pour boiling water over them. One of the things you notice is that when you pour the boiling water over it, the chicken skin really tightens up. You need to be careful with chicken thighs or something like that because the skin might peel off of them when you do this. You can also tell that the chicken skin gets a little bit brown when you pour the water over them, which makes me think maybe it's cooking it a little bit. Next, I'm going to do what I normally do, which is cover them in olive oil and smoke them on my smoker at about 350 for probably about 45 minutes. This is kind of my normal go-to chicken wing prep for when I'm making party wings, so normally I would toss them with oil. Here I'm brushing them because I want to keep the ones that I boiled separate. Next, I'm just going to throw them on the grill at 350 like I said, and I'm going to leave them for about 50 minutes, and I turned them here halfway at about 25 minutes. Then I took them off at 50, they looked super good. Here I started doing some testing. I just took out my big tweezers and started poking around. These ones on the left that I'm poking first, these are the boiled wings, and you can tell that the chicken skin just kind of tears through. On the right, I have two of the unboiled. I had to boil another one for the video, but I have two of the unboiled, and you can tell the skin is a little bit tougher. It's a little unfair because this is a different side of the wing, but you can definitely tell that the skin is tougher on those. The next test was to tear up the skin a little bit and just kind of look under there and see what I could see. The skin looks pretty crispy, it's pretty firm. One of the first things I noticed is that underneath there's not very much fat. It's mostly rendered underneath the skin. Then I moved to the right, which again is the unboiled wings. I just smoked them. These ones you can tell, this one has a little bit more unrendered fat underneath the skin. And the skin was a little bit less firm in the sense of crispiness. So it's pretty firm and pretty tough, and it's pretty crispy, but not as crispy as the other one. The next step in my test was the tear test. First I tore the boiled skin chicken wing. It was a little bit hard to tear at first, but once I got through, the middle part was really crispy and really easy to tear. I moved to the one with the unboiled skin. This one was also a little bit tough at first to tear just at the edge, but once I got through it, that one tore okay as well. It was a little bit tougher to tear and the lines weren't quite as clean on the tear. After that, I'm going to bring them inside. I'm going to season them. I'm using some Cosmo Q wing dust. This salt and vinegar is amazing. Just make sure you use the right amount. It's easy to overdo. Like I said, I'm just going to toss these up with some Cosmos Q salt and vinegar wing dust. It's pretty good stuff. I'm tossing it 2 different times to keep them separated still. And this is just my preferred flavor for the taste test. I had the wings on the Traeger for about 45 minutes to an hour. Not really sure, but they're perfect doneness. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the taste test now. So far, just from the feel test with the tweezers and by ripping them with my hands and stuff, it feels like they're both about the same crispiness. But what I could tell from the tearing test is that the boiled one is like a little bit maybe flakier. It falls apart easier. And the skin on the other one was a lot tougher. So let's see how it feels for a taste test. I'm gonna do the non-boiled one first. That one's pretty good. The skin is actually pretty bite through. It wasn't fully bite through. It tried to come off a little bit when I bit it, but pretty much it's you know, that's a really good chicken wing. I'd be really happy with that. Let's see if the one that we boiled is any better. And actually, I would say it is better. Under my teeth, it was a little bit crispier, and it had a little bit crunchier feel when I was biting it and chewing it. Also, you can see the bite mark followed my teeth, so it didn't really try to tear away at all. It just tore right through where my teeth went through. So that's actually a really good result. That's really cool little hack to use whenever you do chicken wings, chicken thighs, skin on chicken breast, really anything. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around with me today. That was a really awesome experiment. I'm really glad that we learned about that hack, and I'm definitely going to be using it in the future. If you like this video, go ahead and like it or subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. It helps me out. Thanks, you guys. I'll catch you next week, and have a good weekend.